the dream ship, more like the nightmare ship. It's what it's like to get tossed about on the ocean, I suppose. A full-size big ship going 360 degrees at quite a rate of knots. People strapped in, obviously, that they're strapped in by things that come down on their laps, but for someone my shape, whether that can even strap me in a way that feels safe enough to be hanging upside down is quite another matter. So not going to do that. Well, it's not excluded if I were to lose another, like 50 kilos, then why not, Well, here's a big pair of balls. One of them kind of shows the main cities, like London, Paris, Madrid, Rome, Sofia is not big but it's old, Baghdad, Riyadh, Cairo, Khartoum, Tunis, and that one over there has got all different things on it like crabs and shit. I think it might refer to the way of looking out to different things and where they are relatively. This seems to be a series of stars going up towards the rocket there, and each one, like this is 1957, the first artificial satellite of Earth, okay, and then a star of yellow flowers on a background of blue flowers, asters I think they are, and there we have 59, again various things like Luna 2 station, the first automatic, Luna 1, Luna 2, Luna 3 on that star, and so it goes on, 1960. And another star of yellow on a blue background. 1961, people are probably standing next to the date on which their mother was born or something. 1964, that's my year, I was born in 1964. Obviously the start of the cosmic ship Vostok East, with Tistov and Yegorov probably. So that's my year, that's me with my year, okay? And up it goes with later and later, I suppose. It's going in chronological order because there's 65 is over there, 1965. The various dates of Soviet spacemanism. 66. Different parts of the space race all the time getting higher and higher. That's obviously 68, and 69 here, telling you the main things. I think it's telling you the main things that happen in every year. The run up to 70 here, 70. Various things happen in the year 1970, 1971. And finally, out of these, it's not by far the end of it, there's some more up there, 1975. Obviously not an awful lot happened between 72, 3 and 4. Here there's Korolev. He's the guy whose street's behind that I live on. He's the guy that designed these rockets. Sergei Pavlovich Korolev, also known as Academic Korolev, because he was very academically minded. So there's a kind of, I don't know, this is supposed to be all your different satellites of the sun. Uran is Uranus, Pluton, it's not actually a planet anymore, so where they've made it look like a planet, I don't know. It's out of date, they should redo the statue. And that's the problem, it gets set in stone a little bit when you make it into a statue, and then science moves on, but your statue sort of becomes remarkably old-fashioned. This is not dated, it's just got lists of people that have been up in space. So that's 1975 was probably the last dated one. The closer we get to the top, the more it goes on. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going on a little walk containing VDNKh again, and also, hopefully, weather permitting, something else. The botanical garden, I'm hoping. I don't want to spoil everyone's fun by mentioning that early on and then it not happen. We'll see if it happens or not. You can see the clouds over there, quite low, quite grey. And if everything works well, in a minute we'll be joined by another YouTube favourite from the comments on my channel, who's in Moscow at the moment. Let's hope that he puts in an appearance. I'm actually slightly late, about 10 minutes late, but in Moscow you're allowed to be 15 minutes late, so that's okay. There he is. That there by the Tsiolkovsky column. I said meet under the rocket, and he's done it, exactly that. So there's the rocket, and here is Matt Johnson, striding purposefully. How are you doing?
Hello.
Sorry I'm late.
No problem.
So,
how are you?
I'm alright, thanks. I'm actually doing something for the viewers already. I've introduced you already.
Oh, very good.
And there's the Cosmos Hotel.
Look at some effects like some fog and some stars coming out of my feet and
Possibly, I might have to do something like that afterwards. Maybe that. Oh, I don't want to put a rainbow next to you. People might get the wrong idea.
So black rainbow.
Right, okay then.
A rainbow of darkness. Introduce me as Dark Lord Matthew from the United States.
Right. Well, I just need to say from the United States, that's all I need to say really, isn't it?
Okay.
They don't need the Dark Lord bit then. И наши тем награжденные усилия, что поборов бесправие и тьму, мы отковали пламенные крылья своей стране и веку своему. There we go, nice poem. We're bang under the rocket. If it falls off, it hits us on the head. 1964, like I say, my year. You weren't born then as well, were you, by any chance? Okay. Right, so there's Lenny. Up the top of that. And then up it goes right to the rocket up there. So.
I think I heard somewhere Lenin built the rocket with his bare hands.
Oh dear.
I think I read it in a Russian history book.
Yeah, they do have this hyperbole, don't they?
I was just about to say, I think it might have been hyperbole.
Yeah, they do like, oh careful, there's a bit of a big step, I don't think. Oh, he's done it. You've got that footwear on,
yes.
That was on Facebook, with all the sewing on it, the seams in a different colour.
Yes.
Right. Did you get that here?
No.
Oh, is it from America?
Yeah.
They actually do that in America then? That's that
no,
kind of... Sorry?
Not really. These are 40-year-old shoes.
Oh, I see. 40-year-old shoes.
Something like that.
Well, I hope we don't wear them out today then, because I've got a little bit of walking in mind.
It's
Okay.
my only pair of shoes, I think.
Your only
I
pair?
didn't bring any other shoes to Germany. Yeah.
I see, but they're 40 years old, so you reckon that they're going to go for another 40?
Maybe.
That's quite a... They'll end up in a museum, the longest pair of shoes ever worn. It reminds me of that letter to Viz, where somebody says about how they... the best value for money they ever had was a light bulb, which they bought in 1948. And it's still going strong, it's still there. Yeah? It popped the year after, but other than that, it's fine.
Pretty incredible. I guess these steps were made for the people that the statue is modeled after.
Yes. Giant steps are what you take walking on the moon. Yeah, that's right, they're Anakim. They're from the country of the Anakim, as it says in Deuteronomy. That's interesting, isn't it? It goes on quite a lot about that in Deuteronomy. Have you noticed that?
The Rephaim and the Anakim and the
That's a
play a very strange biblical reference to most people.
That's a lovely little sparrow. Look, it's so young that it can barely deal with flying up onto the It's this year's, isn't it? It's a chick still.
Where is it that they cover their heads with cloths and they eat live sparrows? Is that in France?
Oh, I thought you were referring to some part of their time in the wilderness.
No.
It was quails, not sparrows.
Yeah, in the wilderness, in the Bible.
Yes. I thought you were referring to the Torah again.
No, in France, don't they cover their heads with... Well, they never did that in the Bible. They never covered their heads and then ate live. I heard somewhere in, I think it's somewhere in Europe, people apparently cover their heads so that God doesn't see them. That's what they say. And
Well, that looks like it's a way into the museum with some your usual entrance system. I don't know if you want to spend much time indoors today, because we can always go indoors if the weather breaks.
Right.
Into something like this, yeah?
Is there a place to eat by any chance?
Oh, you've not eaten yet?
I ate this morning.
You ate this morning, okay.
Maybe we can get quick fight.
Well, I will tell you what we'll do then. I'll take you to Terry Mock.
Okay,
how about that?
Sounds good.
I'll take you to Terry Mock, it's not far from here. We'll do that first. Let me just see if I can spot where they are. There's the exit.
Okay.
So that's the entrance to the museum, if everybody's interested. It's on the opposite side to where it's going up. So this is like the tummy side rather than the scrotum side of that phallus, if you like. That's very rude, isn't it? I shouldn't use that kind of term. But in any event, that's the edge. That's the entrance end, and in it is a museum of the Soviet space age. So I don't know if it particularly fascinates you. We could go in there if you want, but
I would like museums.
But there's a load of stuff in there. So first of all, I suggest we have a big overview of what there is. As long as the weather holds, it's better to get a big overview and then see what short things there might be.
Would you like to ride this small horse?
No, I'm an animal lover, and that's why I don't like to get on those tiny horses. You could get on it because you weigh, but you probably weigh rather less than me.
I don't know.
You probably weigh in pounds what I weigh in kilograms.
Well, I don't know. I'm not so good with kilograms. I weigh 170 pounds.
Oh, well, I'm glad I don't weigh 170 kilograms, but I'm not far off it. I'm 130. So to get to what that is in pounds, American pounds, you have to times it by 2.2.
Yes.
So what would that be?
Let me think for a second.
26 plus 26, 28.6, 286.
Yeah, right. It's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the big side.
I knew a guy who actually weighed a little more than that, but he didn't look like he was overweight. He wasn't, I don't know, he wasn't like...
Well, I'm not sure that I actually look 130.
He wasn't...
Because I've been it a long time, that's the reason.
He wasn't fit. He was just a very short, broad guy, and he just kind of looked right.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I was fit, but I'm a lot fitter than I used to be, even when I've weighed less than now. There are people around that are fat that don't weigh as much as me, that look fatter than me, and who don't have any condition at all.
Right.
On a cool day like today, it's about 15 degrees, I'd say. What would you say, 15 degrees? It's all right. I can probably walk and walk. That's what I hope we get a few kilometres under our belt today. That'll be good. 24 more seconds, by the way, Matt. I'll turn it off until there's something worth filming, because my viewers have seen this bit before, so we'll save the film a bit.